Trap 10. We've made it to the last one. How are you going? So this one's about getting stuck in polarity. So polarity is one way or the other, all or nothing, aligning and agreeing or rejecting and reacting. And with polarity, there's no middle ground. And we need balance in our lives. Some of you will have struggled when I talked about putting you first ahead of your kids. It's okay to put your kids first sometimes. It's okay to put your partner first sometimes. And it's not just okay, but necessary to put yourself first sometimes too. Balance, not polarity. You'll never feel fulfilled and happy if it's always about everyone else and never about you. We've been introducing activities and tips across the last 9 sections, and these have been to get you started, rebalancing the scales back toward you, scheduling the things you love, find me time, say no and show regular appreciation. One thing we haven't talked about yet is setting boundaries. So what are boundaries, I hear you say? Boundaries are the lines that you draw in the sand, what you put up with and what you won't, what you expect from people that you interact with. If you have no idea what your boundaries are, or you're letting people walk all over them, then you're never going to create balance in your life. You'll be too busy being pulled from pillar to post and being trampled over. So grab your pen and paper again, or you can use the diagram in the workbook, whichever's easier. We're categorizing your life and the people in it. The question that I'm often asked is regarding close friends and the family category. So sometimes we have family that we've not even considered to be an acquaintance, let alone a close friend. So where do they go? That's okay. These people are outside the circle altogether, so don't even worry about them. And you may also have family members that would fit better in other friends section. That's okay too. You don't need to put everyone into these categories. It's just to demonstrate the boundaries for you. So now that you've got that picture, so let's start in the love partner section. So write down as many things as you can think of that you expect from this ideal partner. Not necessarily your existing partner. Don't get the two confused. We want to look at your ideal scenario, and there's some ideas in your workbook to get you started. Pause this now and write those down. Give it the attention that you deserve. You have your expectations of the ideal love partner. So what you expect them to be, how you expect them to respond to you, what part you expect them to play in your life. Now, if your existing love partner isn't meeting these expectations, then something needs to change. Let me be clear. I'm not saying to end the relationship. What I am saying is it's time to ask yourself, if you have communicated these expectations, does your partner even know that you require these things? Have you been allowing them to treat you in a certain way even though you didn't like it? Have you just been letting it happen? So here's where the rubber hits the road. You've just written down what your expectations are. It's now up to you to set those boundaries. You can start small. You don't need to necessarily sit them down with a PowerPoint presentation, unless that's your style. You can just start communicating as things come up. It's about retraining and educating them in a way. All this time, they may have been doing exactly what they thought you wanted and needed. You can put into practice what you've already learned in the other activities. Saying no, asking for support, showing appreciation for the things that they do that you want more of. That's starting to educate them on what you need. And if you've never voiced what you need, then they don't know. And on the flip side, if they do something you don't like and you say nothing, if you ignore it, then it's also teaching them that you're okay with whatever it is that you're not. You don't ignore things you don't like. Instead, ask for what you want. You may have been letting them get away with this for years. Maybe you've been yelling and screaming about it. Either way, it's not getting through. It's time to have an actual adult conversation where you clearly and calmly explain what you need. Maybe just raising the awareness is enough. You never know. Or maybe they ignore your request and continue to do that behavior. If this is the case, you now need to ask for a second time. You're still being respectful, and this time more forceful as well. Really letting them know that this is important to you. You can ask them if there's something that you can do to help them, because you really feel, for example, disrespected or unsupported when that thing happens. So maybe they continue to do this same behavior that you've now asked them twice not to do. And you're going to have to become sterner with them. Remaining respectful is important whilst also being stern. So not doing this when you're upset. You need to be coming from a calm place, from a respectful place, but being stern. For example, you might say something like, I'm no longer accepting XYZ any longer. I'm not okay with it. I've let you know twice already, and I'm not okay with this happening again. If they don't want to listen to you, if they continue to ignore your requests for your boundaries to be met, then you need to decide if this person should remain as close to you as your love partner is, or do you need to move them further away from your heart? These are your expectations and your boundaries, so you need to decide. Is it okay that they continue to walk all over you and your boundaries? Do you need to consider if you want this person in your life anymore? Maybe they just aren't meeting the requirements to stay as your love partner, so they need to move out to the acquaintance territory, for instance. It may be that you don't allow them to stay over for a while until they start displaying the right behaviors. This might seem harsh, however, when you allow people to walk all over you or continuously ignore and disrespect your boundaries, then they will continue to do it. If they're not meeting your expectations, then you don't need them in your life. There is someone out there who is willing to meet those expectations, and you won't find them where you keep accepting less than you deserve, which leads us nicely into the next section. The heart in the middle of this page is for you. What are your expectations of how you should treat you? Again, go through the table above if that helps, and write down all the ways you would expect you to treat you in an ideal world, in a world where you loved and respected yourself. Now, you're the closest person to your heart, so these expectations should be damn high. Pause this now and write those down. Give it the attention that you deserve. Now that you've written down all the ways that you should be treated by you in this ideal world where you love and respect yourself, we're ready to go. Your love partner is second closest to your heart, and this means that they can do a lot of damage if they aren't meeting the expectations of their role. However, you are the closest to your heart, so when you aren't meeting these expectations, when you're not respecting yourself, not respecting your own boundaries, when you're not accepting yourself, supporting yourself, loving yourself, guess what? You do the most damage of all. Guess what else? You also have control here. You have a choice. You've now written down what these expectations are. You now know what's required. That's awesome. Go you. You just took your first step to loving you more and respecting you more. You also know what you expect from the person who is second closest to your heart. And you've got some great tools to help you bring these boundaries to life. Choosing to use them is one more step to loving and respecting you. The remaining circles are further opportunities for you to love and support and respect yourself even more. You can continue by completing each circle with your expectations of your children in an ideal world, your expectations of close friends and family in an ideal world, and so on until you get to acquaintances. You'll notice that acquaintances have the least amount of expectations of all. This is because they are the furthest away from your heart. Maybe your only expectation for an acquaintance is respect or being friendly. That's up to you. But what I want you to take from this is that as people are allowed in closer to you, closer to your heart, then the expectations increase. And you have the opportunity to communicate your boundaries as those relationships play out. And you have choice. Choose only to let people closer that are respecting your boundaries. You may also have some choices to make about people that you've already let get so close. Maybe some of these need to be moved out to acquaintance, or even out further where everyone else is that doesn't meet your expectations of behavior towards you. I hope this activity and exploring the previous 9 traps has really helped you to gain some more understanding and balance in your life, giving you tools and tips that you can use in your daily life so that you can start to feel yourself getting out of this funk, getting out of this stuckness that you've been feeling. Remember, it's not just okay to put you first, it's essential. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to live a life that's magical. You are already the creator of your universe, so start choosing what is right for you. I wish you all the best. And hopefully, I get to work with you again. Bye for now.